Okay, we're subtracting these two rational expressions. And when we're dealing with any sort of a rational expression, adding or subtracting, we always want to try to look for a common denominator. Unfortunately, on this one, we don't have it. Typically, the first thing you want to try to do is try to find the least common denominator. Now, I say typically because on this one I won't. If I notice here, I've got an x on top and bottom on this one, and an x on top and bottom here. I'm going to reduce these first. It's going to save me a lot of trouble at the end of the problem from trying to reduce it then. Plus, it'll make it a little bit easier to try to find a common denominator. So I'm going to rewrite these, and this is the exact same thing. I've got 2 times x, so 2x, 5 times x cubed, that's x times x times x, and these two I just rewrote exactly like they are. Now, the reason why I rewrote these is because we're going to reduce these. If you'll notice right here, I've got an x on top and bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and cross those off. Over here in the second portion, I also have an x on top and bottom. I'm going to cross those off. Okay, now that looks like my lowest form. So now I'm left with 2 over 5x squared minus 4/7. Now that I've got that, I can now find my lowest common denominator. It makes it a lot easier. All right, so the lowest common denominator here between, we always take the numbers first, the coefficients, the 5 and the 7 in this case. So 5 and the 7 is a constant, but that's okay. 5 and 7, that's 35. And there, we'll just have the x. We always take the highest exponent of whatever the variable is. This is x squared. So my lowest common denominator is going to be 35x squared. Okay, now I need to look at this one. What do I have to multiply this side here by to get 35x squared? Looks like I'm just missing the 7, so I need to multiply top and bottom by 7. Now if I multiply top and bottom by 7, remember this is just multiplying it. 7 over 7 is just 1, so I haven't changed the value at all. I'm just trying to create this common denominator. All right, the second portion over here, I've got a 7 on bottom, and I need it to be 35x squared. So it looks like I can multiply it by 5x squared would give it to me. So this is 4/7. Let's see, 5x squared, 7 times 5 would give me 35x squared. That will work. All right, so let's simplify this a little bit further. 2 times 7 is 14. And then 4 times 5, x squared would be 20x squared. Now that we have the same denominator on the bottom, we simply add the numerators. We add what's on top. So that gives me 14 minus 20x squared. However, this is in the incorrect order, so I need to move this around. Anything with a variable always comes in front of just the number. The number is the constant that comes at the very, very end. Notice here how this 14 is a positive number. The 20 is a negative number, so that negative is going to stay with me. The negative will come out in front, and the 14 will remain positive. I just moved this 20 out in front here because that's what we call standard form. Now, this is your final answer on this one. We can't reduce any further than that.